Welcome back to GP Fast Forward. We're here with a review of the Narrative Gundam C-Packs. The titular mobile suit of the Gundam Narrative OVA, which was North America's first taste of a theatrical Gundam release back in 2018, it's a welcome curveball in the master-grade Ver.Ka lineup. The Scarecrow-like prototype to Amuro's new Gundam and Char's counterattack, it was redeployed post-Unicorn for Operation Phoenix Hunt. Despite being derivative of both the new and the Unicorn, it's a unique mobile suit in its own right that repurposes the psycho frame present in the Unicorn MGs in various ways to create an absolutely sturdy model kit. Taking a look at the manual, it's laid out a little bit differently from other kits, and starts off with a fold-out, in-depth look at the narrative, plus an interview with Hajime Katoki about his design process. There's also a lot of prototype images of the MG in various stages, which is always a treat to see. Turning the page, there's also an index for anyone, like us, that likes to build out of order, and lists exactly which runners you'll need for each part. They used to put these right before each build section, but having it all in one place in color definitely helps when organizing before a build. Another thing we love about this kit is the stickers it comes with. We've seen these in some of the cross-silhouette SDs as well as add-ons to 30-minute missions kits, but they're thicker, clear stickers that have a metallic 3D effect. There are only 6 included for the head cameras and the rifle sights, and honestly, we need these in every MG going forward. They're so much better than the cheap-looking foil ones we're so used to. Moving on to the actual build, we hammered this out in about one workday and a couple of hours of finishing work at home. And while it looks like a straightforward build, there's a lot of complex engineering hidden under the armor. There are quite a few interconnected hinges and sliding mechanisms, none of which feel flimsy in the slightest, and it lengthens the build time but give the kit a wide range of motion and facilitate the psycho frame swapping gimmick. Speaking of which, the kit comes with a newly improved translucent pink psycho frame. We expected a repackage of the Unicorn Master Grades, but apparently this frame has an adjusted thickness, plus new details on the back and the sides of the parts to give them a more crystal-like depth. Of course, this frame is also UV reactive, and those new details really shine under it. The kit also comes with a full set of deactivated gray psycho frame, briefly seen in the OVA when Michelle Luo scatters them during the fight between the C-Packs and the Neo Zeong 2. Both psycho frame sets are also completely interchangeable with the Unicorn, Banshee, Fennex, and Perfectability, which is something we might show off at a later date. Maybe. The frame swapping gimmick is intuitive. There are only a few instances where you actually have to disassemble the limbs, namely the forearms, the ankles, the front skirts, and the shield. Otherwise, the majority of the psycho frame can pop in and out easily, but the way they're engineered makes sure that they stay secure and don't go flying every which way while posing. We will admit that the psycho frame covers on the shield can be particularly annoying to remove, so we'd recommend doing a peg cut here if you'd like an easier time swapping them out. Just don't cut too short. Regarding the kit's poseability, it is incredible. The arms and the legs each have nearly 180-degree bends, and the forearms are on a separate joint that allow full rotation at the elbow. The thighs have about 180 degrees due to the frame armor, and the ankles are on this angled double joint that lets you get some interesting ankle angles. Due to the core block system, there isn't an ab crunch here, but to make up for it, the sides of the upper armor can flare out and bend in, which is a complete surprise with just how many parts went into the upper frame. It also helps that there's this swing mechanism in the hip that angles the whole part forward or back, plus the inclusion of the standard thigh joint swing. The shoulder joints, on the other hand, operate on a 4-point swing, and can come out of their sockets to the point that they can reach all the way across the chest. The neck also has a full unobstructed spin, as well as a hinge in the chest connection that allows for a significant extension. The Core Fighter's transformation gimmick is another welcome surprise. We thought that the extended wings on this would warrant a fragile sticker on the whole box, but the folding mechanism is smooth and there are multiple tabs to secure them to the main body. Definitely a step forward from core fighters you'd find in, say, the Double Zeta Ver.Ka or the 1.5 XS Gundam. Neither of which are bad, but it's nice to see how much Bandai has improved in a couple of years. While a bit bare bones, the accessories were interesting from a design standpoint. Prior to building this, we never realized that the Narrative C-Packs was using a modified Jagan beam rifle. Featuring an extended barrel and different sights that partially expose the inner frame of the weapon, it really leans into the stripped down but upgraded design philosophy of the Narrative Gundam. Conversely, the shield is another bridge between the new and the Unicorn, possessing the same beam cannon and anti-ship missiles that the new Gundam had on its shield, but is outfitted with the same psycho frame as the Unicorn series, which we assume lets it use it like a funnel in the same way. We cannot recommend this build enough. I'm not even personally a fan of either the new Gundam or the Unicorn series, but something about this being a dredged up, repurposed prototype shot it way up in my mobile suit ranking, and it is an impressive build despite not having too many gimmicks or weapons. Even though the build time was a bit longer than we expected, it was absolutely worth it to not have to worry about a problematic transformation system. Having to build so many Unicorn Ver.Kas in my career has been a bit of a pain, but this build was truly a healing experience. As of the time of posting this video, all pre-orders should be processing and stock should be going up very soon. Thank you, as always, for watching.